Tsubaki Swag, and I'm coming to you with my review Junketsu no Maria, episode 2 Against the World, or story 2 Against the World. In this episode, really was not at all prepared for some of the stuff that happened in this episode. Not at all, in the slightest. But pretty much this whole episode, we see they show Maria when she was helping. We pretty much learn a little bit more about Maria. Maria is the witch that watches over this town in England, and the church, the Catholic Church, and everybody don't like her because she's a witch, but they don't stop her from stopping wars because she hates fighting. She doesn't want to see fighting in front of her in her country, so she stops fighting at any means necessary. So Maria's awesome. I like Maria. But also the fact, because Maria is a virgin, I believe she has a little more grace from God and the angels because she does still have her virginity, which sounds really funny. But anyways, Junketsu no Maria is the virgin witch. Maria the virgin witch, something like that. So this episode, we see Joseph came back from the war, and Anne came to see Maria. Maria was, well, first we see Artemis. Artemis is a straight up, she be getting around for real. She just literally sucked the soul sucked the soul out of that man, and he just wanted her to just be there with him. Even though I don't even know if he knew that she was a succubus, but yeah, she was sucking some, yeah. Anyways, so I don't even think that he knew that she was a succubus because he just wanted her to lay with him for the rest of the night. And her doing that and pretty much sucking the soul out of all the main men made France retreat. I believe it's France. Made France retreat, and England was like, they feel bad because they're thanking a witch, but she might have just saved their lives. So everybody on the front lines got to go home. Anne came to see Maria because she was like, you saved my dad. My dad came home from the war yesterday. And then Joseph came, and Anne had given Maria a bouquet, a flower crown, and she was trying to play with Maria, and Maria was like, you don't need to come here anymore, blah blah blah. But you know that Maria secretly loves her because she's awesome and she's Martha's granddaughter. So Joseph came to see her, and she was being mean to him, and he still has love for her, so she'll be alright. Maria will be okay. And while all this was happening, Artemis flew through and was she smacked her ass and was talking about she was up all night, pretty much sucking souls, and and Maria told her that she pretty much needs to calm down, and Artemis was like, is that something that you really should say to a succubus? But after all of that, it was so funny. Artemis was talking about she had to go persuade I want to say he's a bishop. I could be wrong. But she was supposed to go persuade him, and it finds out that he was a homosexual. So they pretty much are admitting that there were a lot of homosexuals in England or France at the time, and Artemis really wasn't going to be much help to Maria for them. So she made an incubus named, it starts with P. I cannot remember how to pronounce it. That's really horrible. But she made an incubus out of an owl, and the owl was like, I'm ready to help you, blah, 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 blah. And she pretty much made the male figure, but there was a little puff cloud floating around his genitalia because she doesn't know what it looks like because she's a virgin, so she's never seen a man's penis. So she didn't know how to make it. So they went on a mission because she needed the incubus to pretty much seduce a man, and the incubus didn't know that it was a man. He thought that he was supposed to be going to seduce a lady, and he was a big man. And the incubus was trying to run away, and Artemis was like, well, can I help you? Can I make you scream or yell like a prostitute? Something like that. And He was like, I don't want no old washed up woman, unless it's a young woman or this incubus does what he's supposed to do. I don't want you. So she threw Maria in there with him, and Maria finally saw some genitalia, and this huge serpent just like shot up out of the room, and you see like the incubus and the man like laid out on the floor, and then Michael, Archangel Michael, pretty much like strikes the serpent down, and it was pretty much like a warning to her, telling her that she needs to stop using her magic so frivolously in front of people. And then she sees that her village, where like Anne and Martha and everybody lives, is on fire. So she goes to them. Her and her two incubus go to, well, incubus and succubus go to them, and it turns out that these mercenaries that were turned into what's the word? Well, they were pretty much robbers, were burning down the village trying to take stuff because they didn't have any money, blah, blah, blah. And she came and she tried to save the day, and Michael struck her down, and they were about to fight. And people of the village, like after Maria pretty much burnt their eyes, like burnt the mercenaries' eyes out, they were about to kill him, and Maria was like, no, don't kill him, blah, blah, blah. And Michael was like, you are the kind of person that we try to stop. The reason why we're stopping you is because you're messing up the order of the world. Because what will happen after they regain their eyesight? They're just going to attack another village, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, so even if she saved her village, what's going to stop all the other calamities that are happening in England right now, blah, blah, blah. So Michael brought her up to heaven, and she was trying to fight him, and he fucked her up really, really. So he was about to take her powers, and the incubus and succubus were trying to save her, and then Joseph shot him in the shoulder with his arrow, and then he was like, next I'm aiming for your head, and that was the end of the episode. So I was like, wait a minute, this is too much going on for just 2 episodes. I really was not prepared in the slightest for this, but really was not prepared. So it looks like Maria might be losing her powers unless Joseph and Anne can plead to Archangel Michael, which would really suck because Maria is awesome. So yeah. As always, I would love to hear how you guys felt about this episode. How did you feel about the way things turned out? How do you think things are going to turn out? Do you think Maria is going to lose her powers? If she does lose her powers, then that pretty much defeat the purpose of the whole show. But maybe that's just me. I don't know. But as always, please remember to comment, thumbs up, and subscribe. It helps me out a whole lot. And this is Tsubaki Swag saying adios.